Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Pajama Joe here for another fragrance review. The fragrance I'm going to be talking about today is probably my most asked about fragrance. A lot of people seem to be curious about this one in particular, and I thought I'm gonna have a little bit of fun and do a little review on it. So the fragrance that I'm going to be talking about is Boadicea The Victorious, and this is the Valiant. There's a funny story behind this fragrance. Um, we had made a trip to LA and we were looking at some of the higher end fragrances, some ones that we were most curious about, and we went to Rodeo Drive, and we had come across this house when we weren't really looking for it or anything, and we had smelled some of the fragrances this house carried, and we were like, "Hey, this is some good stuff." So when we had made a second trip back out there, we had purchased this fragrance. I had purchased this fragrance as long as another fragrance of this house. Um, the gentleman who sold me this fragrance had gotten a picture taken with one of the owners of the company. And when I called him, he said, "Yeah, I met the owner of this house, and he seemed like a really nice guy." And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool," because we were trying to research some other fragrances that this house carried that weren't even available in this country. There was one that was mainly made for Russia that you could only get out of Russia. It was a green bottle, uh, but this fragrance is definitely a mystery because I can't firmly detect what note stands out more than others when I wear this, because it all seems to be blended in a specific kind of way where it's like they made it a point not to know, not to let out what this fragrance smells like. Uh, that's the gold emblem right there. It says Valiant. And on the opposite side, there's two horses, gold box, gold bottle, gold juice. And on the top, there's two horses, like that. Now, on this box here, it was like a couple countries that this stuff was made in. I guess this stuff was made in, like, let me see what it says here. It says made in England, London, New York, Paris, Rome, Moscow, and Hong Kong. Um, I'm wearing this fragrance right now, and I do not know what it is that I'm smelling that stands out. But I did a little bit of research on this, and I do know that it came out in 2013, and the perfume made behind it is Christian Provenzano, and it's classified as an Oriental floral. Um, the notes in this fragrance are ylang ylang, petite grain, mandarin orange, orange, grapefruit. The middle note is orange blossom, orris, cherry blossom, neroli, and Indian jasmine. And the base notes are vanilla, amber, tonka bean, sandalwood, and patchouli. But I know that some some people, the people that make fragrances, tend to add in specific notes, natural notes, to make the fragrance last a real long time. But there's like three different types of orange in this, but I do not detect any orange. Um, there's tonka bean in the base, but I don't detect tonka bean or patchouli when this dries down. Um, there's a really big question mark uh, that buzzes around the head of this fragrance. I own it, and I do not. I cannot tell you what notes are prominent in this. But it is some fragrances are just something just to slap on real quick before you go out or something like that. This fragrance is more along the lines of an experience to wear. And it is an experience because I decided to do this review on this because there's not a whole lot of information about this fragrance. Um, I wish that there was somebody who was a little bit better at detecting um, notes by scent of smell, like what notes it smells like, and because I know what ylang ylang smells like, but in the fragrances that I have that are prominent in ylang ylang, I don't detect any kind of connection between that fragrance and the fragrance at this one because I don't detect ylang ylang in this fragrance either. But everybody that I've purchased fragrances from say wear it on the skin. It's supposed to connect with your. It's supposed to form with your skin chemistry. But I tried to. I sprayed a little bit on my skin to see, but yeah, this fragrance is it's kind of a hidden gem because I just wish I was better at smelling fragrances and saying, oh, this note, this note, and this note is what makes this concoction. Um, but this is definitely a really nice fragrance um, to wear. Uh, so that's all the time I'm going to be discussing fragrances today. Thank you for your time.